Hey everyone, it's Paul Devlin here. I want to talk to you today about duplication. What is it? How do we have duplication in our business? So the concept is really simple. It's just a copy. So a duplication is like a photocopy. So it's kind of a monkey see, monkey do thing. But in terms of the business, the kind of duplication we want is not necessarily everybody robotically doing the same thing. What we want is the duplication of the results. So in other words, if Randy Gage is making $20,000 a month, let's say in Fusion, what I want to duplicate is the 20,000 a month. That's what I want. It's not that I want to be just like Randy or do exactly the same things Randy does. So I was thinking about this because we tend to, I think, try to create a list of steps so that people would do it exactly the way they did it. And so I was asking myself, what did I do when I got started in Fusion? Well, I was thinking about that. And the way it started with me was first, of course, I was talking to Randy and he told me about it. And I got excited about the idea, so I investigated it. That was the first thing. So the first thing is investigated it. Second thing is I decided to do it. After finding out about what it was, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. The third thing was then I ordered. So Randy gave me his site. I went in his website and I ordered Fusion products. So I was EF active at that point, right? And then finally, as soon as after I was done ordering, and even I think in some cases before I got the order placed, I was talking to people. I was contacting people on the phone. So I investigated, I decided, I became EF active, and within a couple of hours, I was EF qualified, right? So that's what I did. And that's what I think we should really focus on, trying to get people to duplicate. So this is the focus, right? How quickly can we get somebody EF active, EF qualified, right? So for someone that is maybe doesn't have a background in the industry like I've had, I've been in it for 30 years, how could we take this with a brand new person and engage them in this way? Well, what if you were to just ask the new person who investigates and decides to join with you this question: what was it about Fusion that caused you to want to join, right? What did it for you? What are those key points? And get them to start to verbalize the very thing that caused them to join. And once we get them verbalizing that, now we can literally, with that, say to them, well, take that to people you know. Make a short list of 10 to 12 of your top people. Let's have you express that to your people in an excited way right now, right away. Within a couple of hours, you could be EF qualified. And then that's what launches the foundation of your business, right? So we want to create this urgency and duplicate this urgency. I had it. I remember. I remember as soon as I decided, placed the order, I called Ben. I called David. I called Cindy. I called Penny. I called all these people because I wanted to tell them what I'd found. We've got the #1 wellness company in all of Latin America launching the United States from scratch. So we've got this opportunity with a company that's launching without the typical risks associated with a launch. We've got the #1 name in the industry, Randy Gage, leading the launch. When is that ever going to happen again? So I immediately got on the phone. This is the thing we want to duplicate. And then we've got this concept, because there's a left team, right team idea in the comp plan, is some lucky individual is going to get to be my first person on my left side, and another lucky individual is going to get to be my first person on the right side. Now, why are they lucky individuals? Well, because in my career here with this company, I'm going to end up probably sponsoring 100 or 200 people. So, 50% of that's got to go under the first person on the left side, and the other 50%'s got to go roughly under the person on the right side. So they're going to be the beneficiaries of all that activity. So I want the very best people I can have as close to me as possible. And I want to express that to them. I want to say to them, listen, I'm going to fill these 2 slots in the next couple of days. And I'm going to be talking to 10 to 12 people. But you are really, I'd love for you to have this spot more than anybody else. I'd love to have you in this left spot, for example. So that's how you can use the power of these first 2 positions, the left team, right team, to generate urgency for them. So they hear it and go, wow, if I decide now, I I'm going to get a great benefit. I'm going to have this potential benefit going forward of 50% of all that person's future activity. I mean, that's a powerful concept, so don't forget that. Now, the tendency that we have, I think, in a business like this or any business is that we want to sort of create these steps to what you do when you get started. You make an exhaustive list of names. You learn all of the fundamentals of how to invite. You do all these things. And I was asking myself, and I was thinking about it, did I stop and make an exhaustive list of names? No. I just started talking to people. I went in my phone and I'm like, who are the top people I'm going to call? David, Ben, Cindy, Penny, David Collister, Barry Burns, all these people. And all of them joined. I didn't stop. I didn't, drill into the details of the product line. So it just brings up the question then, if someone's new, well, what's the best way to learn stuff about Fusion? And the best way to learn stuff is when you get a question that you don't know the answer to, you say, I don't know. I never got that answer. It's a great question. Let's find out. And then I'll put Randy on the phone, or we'll get customer service on the line, and we'll get the answer. And you learn in the process of doing. That's the best way to learn anyway. Because, if we send people away after they decide, so they investigate, they decide to come in, and then we send them away on an educational project at the library, it's boring, isn't it? And then you learn all that stuff in that context, and it means nothing. Because then when you're actually in the heat of the business, and they ask you the same question that you've been studying, you can't remember. So the best way to learn stuff is in context, when it comes up. That's the best way to learn it. And here's another idea for you to think about. When are we going to be the most effective when we're talking to people? Well, it's when we're the most excited. When you're excited, that's infectious. It's contagious. People they want to be a part of that. And it's fun. Excitement is fun. It's fun to be a part of something that's exciting, right? So when is someone most excited? Well, after they investigate and after they decide, right? That's the newness of it. That's when people are the most excited. So that's when they're going to be the most effective. If we send them away on an educational project, what's going to happen to their excitement level? If they've been researching Alvaro's patents or drilling into the cellular mitosis as far as why the cells are bringing the material across the cell wall and in and out, all that stuff. It's boring. Who cares? It's ignorance on fire is way more potent than a list of scientific information anyway. So we want to release people to launch their businesses right away without having to send them away on some big project of education. Because we want to tap into the excitement right after they've decided to do it. That's when they're going to be the most excited. So, and this is the thing, when they're excited, their people are like, wow, they're really excited. They're really into this. This would be fun. Because excitement is fun. So if the person's excited when they're explaining it, the people listening are going to be excited. They're going to think it's fun. They're going to want to do it. And excitement and fun is a lot more duplicatable than the memorization of a lot of facts around why the Fusion products are what they are, or the details on the compensation plan, or the entire history of Alvaro Zuniga Benavides. I mean, it's great, it's fascinating stuff, but it's not that effective when we're talking to people. And so if they have no background in network marketing, who cares? Just ask them the question, what was it about Fusion that got you excited, that caused you to join? Can you recite it to me? Tell me what it was. Now take that and go tell the top 10 or 12 people in your contact list in your phone that same thing, that got the reason you're involved. And then, yes, send them the 11-minute video to substantiate. That becomes this excitement. I didn't stop and think, well, how am I going to invite David McLaughlin? I never even thought about it, right? So now I'm telling people, before you invite people, you have to go through this long process of figuring out how to invite them. That's not what I did. So if I'm requiring that of people, that they learn the theory of invitations, then I'm not duplicating what I did. I just picked up the phone. I'm like, David, dude, are you sitting down? You need to listen to me. You need to see what I found. And I just went from there. And he's like, what do you got? Well, here it is. That was it. So anyway, this is a quick video about duplication. Now this is for my team. This isn't for X Tribe. This is just for my team. We're not, this is a training idea. So if you're listening to this and you're not a part of our organization, get with your sponsorship line. They may have a little different take on duplication, which is fine. There's lots of different ways to do this kind of a business and succeed. But I just wanted to express to you guys the real power of duplication is urgency and action and excitement and keeping it fun. And who cares if you don't know the answer? Get the answer with the person. Bring your upline in. It's a great reason to three-way. So have fun with it. Get out there, duplicate, multiply, and prosper. Thanks.